All right, buddy.
You know, it's winter when we both start the podcast with.
Yeah, definitely. Faux shiz. Man, I'm tired, man.
Yeah, man, it's been an interesting week.
Bro, like, I'm not going to it's going to be the pre-roll, but I'm not going to talk, like, during the actual show, but, man, they got some crazy shit going on at my building right now as far as, like, scheduling and...
Oh, yeah?
It's going to be
all over the place.
Fucking Hunger Games for part-timers in a minute. I'll explain off air because I don't want to put that business out there, but goddamn. Some crazy shit going on in the land of logistics and whatnot. But it is what it is. Yeah, man. We're almost there, Gabe.
Yep. Yeah. We should just quit while we're ahead.
All right. I might have to shut my dog up. Adriana told me to do that because apparently he's making noise, so I might have to throw him outside. So, Gabe, can you keep this beautiful pre-roll going?
Oh, man, I hate it when you do this to me.
I'm sorry. It's not my fault. I don't choose this life, Gabe. This life chose me.
Yeah, this life chose you, my ass. See, the beautiful thing about the pre-roll, and I mentioned this prior, is, well, if you get it, you get it. And if you've been with us since, I don't know, the early days, you understand that we like to do a little bit of bullshit and a little bit of formality-less introduction with the pre-roll. At this point, I'm like scraping for words, you know? I'm just like, I'm losing them. But I hear Jacob's footsteps coming back, so hopefully this pre-roll will be wrapped shortly. Oh, wait, here he comes. 3 and a 2 and a 1. Our host is back, ladies and gentlemen.
Sorry, guys.
I was just explaining how the pre-roll works.
They know.
And the ritual. Well, if you know, you know.
The more you know, you know. Man, I should really clean off my life. My life is just a mess over here. I just got shit thrown everywhere. I might have to get organized going into the new year, you know?
Yeah.
We'll see.
You got to clean a little bit at a time, man. You can't throw all that shit at once, you know?
This is for sure.
If you spend like 10 or 15 minutes a day cleaning, you'll be good by the end of the week.
This is true. That is a very good point, my friend. Are you ready?
Born ready.
What is going on, guys? Welcome to the Second City Kids Podcast, episode number
99.
99. Yes, we are after this episode, we will be knocking on the door of that beautiful 100th episode, which I'm excited for because it's the 100th episode, so I think we'll be talking about some of the finer moments of podcast history. I'm going to go review, look at the tape, so to speak, and see kind of the funny stuff that we could point out and talk about that stuff and all the weird shenanigans and all that. And also, on top of all that stuff, we'll be able to go through our year-end, which technically we could do this episode, but I really want to save it for after the year.
Save it for the big boy.
Yep. Lord knows how long that episode's going to be, but I think it's going to probably be one of the longer ones in our history because it's going to be fun.
Yeah, it should be fun, and you know, in retrospect to this episode, I think this one's going to be a short one.
Yeah, definitely.
A relatively slow week. Jacob, tell me what you did.
All right, so nothing, bro. Christmas was fun. Christmas was easy. Christmas Eve, I stayed at home, didn't do nothing, which I liked it because I feel like pretty much every year previously to this that we would always have to go out and do something. This year, given the circumstances, have kind of changed as far as the family structure of it all. I think it was just best for us to stay at home and watch Christmas movies. We watched Home Alone.
Good copy.
I made carnitas.
Ooh,
yeah.
Carnitas on Christmas.
Yeah, and it was good stuff, man. We had a good time. Nice and quiet, like I said.
Man, that's good.
Christmas, my family came over in the morning, warmed up the carnitas again. Did that. Went over to my grandpa's house. All that good stuff. But yeah, quiet. I like it quiet. Back to work. Like I said, some crazy stuff going on over there, but not gonna get into it. But yeah, it's the same old week, man. It's the normal stuff. And I'm excited to get this year closed down, moving into the new year with some good shit. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, man, that's all I really got for the week. How was yours?
So Christmas Eve is kind of the Polish thing, right? Like Christmas is important and stuff, but Christmas Eve is like the day of celebration.
It's the same thing with Mexicans too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we went over to my sister's place, had a nice big ass dinner, had like 7 different kinds of fish because my brother-in-law likes to cook. It was all right, nice and quiet. Well, relatively quiet. There's like 4 dogs there, so it got kind of funky at one point.
Yeah.
Aside from that, I host a little Christmas bash at my house.
Mm-hmm.
A small little gathering. There's like 10 of us.
Okay.
And at one point I was looking at the fridge like on Christmas Day, and I was like, "Fuck, man, this this food is totally outnumbered by all the alcohol we bought.
Right.
But and yeah, like somebody brought like a bunch of mini kegs and stuff.
Oh wow.
Oh my god. But that was fun. This was the first kind of year that we all got each other something because you know we all got big boy jobs and stuff. It was cool. One of my buddies got me the fucking energy sword from Halo because he likes getting me stupid shit. And yeah, man, it was fun. Other than that, today started off on the completely wrong side of the bed.
What happened?
Booted up MKX. I got smacked with a 40% combo from Leatherface.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I guess we're back to the training room, and I'm going to pick up a new character.
Dude, I think I might have mentioned this on last week's podcast, but man, it's like right now it's a fucking foreign world to me because I haven't picked up a Mortal Kombat in a minute. So
yeah, man, it was I believe it's still up on the Steam sale, but it was like MKXL for like $8 or something, and I was like, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I like this game enough, and you know all my buddies picked it up on PC, so we're gonna try and kind of get back into the swing of things. Hopefully by April time, be nice and ready to just forget everything we know and relearn. Yeah,
but at the very least, it's a feel thing. You know what I mean? You feel it. Hopping from one more comment to the next, it's not that big of a difference, you know.
No, the differences are nuanced. And stuff, but you still got your wake up raps. That's all that matters.
Yeah, definitely. Man, yeah, I'm excited. I'm going to hop back into it. I've been playing a lot of fucking Madden recently because the football season is just trucking away and the Bears are doing beautiful and going to the playoffs, all that type of stuff. It just gets me inspired.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, but other than that, man, I haven't been playing a whole lot. Played a little bit of Red Dead, still enjoying it. That's fun.
Yeah, man. A lot of bang for your buck with the Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah. Definitely. I find myself like lassoing people and murdering them. I'm like, oh my god, would I be a fucking serial killer if you know what I mean? Like just lasso people and carry them into a bush and just murder them.
Pop.
No, it's not even that. It's like it's more visceral than that. I pull out my knife for that.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. But yeah, man. So other than that, man, you know what I'm waiting for? This is something I know it's available on iTunes right now, but I guess it's not coming out on Blu-ray until January. I'm waiting for fucking the Halloween movie to come out. Halloween.
Wait for the physical, man. You already have all of them on physical.
No, I know, but I'm saying, fuck, like, why is it taking so long? I feel like, you know, back when we were kids, when we would wait for, like, the VHS to come out, it would take, like, for fucking ever. But as, like, times transition, it's like, oh, it's like 2 months later, it's back out, and for whatever reason, the one movie I want to buy physically.
Well, January is 3 months from. I think you're just being a little bit antsy.
You think it is?
I think it's like movies that we were like, yeah, that was good, or movies that we didn't necessarily care about or love like that. It's like, oh shit, it's out. Cool, I'll pick it up probably in 2 years when I want to rewatch it. You know?
When it's in the.
But now it's like when you want it
now
at your doorstep on your collection to rewatch and put away on your nice shelf. It's like, bro, what the fuck? It's been 48 hours. Release it.
You're probably right about that. That's for sure.
Because 3 months isn't anything, man.
I don't know,
I think
man.
Star Wars took longer to come out than that. Episode
right.
7 took a while.
I think you're probably right about that. I think there is probably something in the mental of it all.
Man.
But yeah, man, transitioning over from being a person who gets gifts on Christmas to transitioning to a person who gives the gifts on Christmas is kind of an interesting thing. I got some things for my parents here and there. They're very nice of them. They didn't have to give me shit, which I was okay with. I asked them not to because I don't have any fucking money. It's kind of cool. And like I said, man, it's more stressful this way because it's one thing for you to buy a gift for your present for your parents and for your significant other, but it's another thing for like, oh my god, this kid, like these Christmas gifts are gonna like form her like idea of Christmas as she goes on in life. It's weird. You know what I mean? Obviously she's young, so she's not gonna really remember this one. But moving forward, like every kid has the Christmas gift that they remember, and I'm like, fuck, am I gonna drop the ball when it comes to that time? You know what I mean? I don't know. It's weird. Weird things that enter my brain. They probably shouldn't bother me, but you
gotta stay the fuck away from those Christmas movies, man.
Yeah.
Rot in your brain.
Yeah, they probably it shouldn't bother me, but it does. But it is what it is. What can I say? All right, man. So let's go ahead and get to the topics. We don't have a lot. This would probably be what, 40-minute episode probably?
40 minute, yeah, 40, 45.
If that.
So let's talk some Men in Black. I guess you could say they're back in black?
Yeah, so to speak. Well, obviously we're not having Tommy Lee. We're not having Will Smith. They are not in this one. I guess it's kind of a soft reboot because I guess they're
a prequel, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Honestly, I don't know. But I know that Chris Hemsworth is in it. And the girl who plays Valkyrie in the Marvel, I forget her name. It slips my brain, but she's also in it, and they are the Men in Black, so to speak. How do you feel about that?
Men in Black. The Men in Black movies were great. Well, except for 3, But
really, I think people love 3.
really,
I feel like
love 3.
I feel people love 3.
I don't know, man. I might have to go back and revisit them. I did enjoy the series growing up, but part of that charm was the OG Men in Black.
Mhm.
You know, Will Smith and
Tommy Lee.
I'm sorry, his name eludes me sometimes. But yeah, I'm very bad with actor names. But Tommy Lee and Will Smith were kind of the charm of it. You know, it was very like buddy cop. It was alien space buddy cop.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
No, you're right.
I have full faith in Hemsworth and OG Bobby Johnson, whose name I can't remember from Valkyrie. And I'm sure it'll be fine. It's just a matter of what kind of story are you going to tell at this point? Because by the looks of the trailer, it seems that like, oh, there's a what do they call them? A mole in our organization. Well, how many times have you seen a movie that exact same setup where it's the dude all the way at the top at the organization, you know, like the leader, and he or she is the mole.
The person who's pointing out there is the mole is the mole.
Yeah, come on. I've seen The Departed.
Yeah, definitely.
But you know, it's just one of those things. Like, don't be cliche about it. In the Men in Black universe, there's a lot to explore. There really is.
Yeah.
And I think with the right people at the helm, it could be something fun, and they could bring life to something that's, you know, past its due date at this point. But, you know, I had my rant a month ago about reboots, sequels, spinoffs, all that good shit. I'm going to wait on this, man. I can't fully put, you know, 100% faith and endorsement in it quite yet.
If there was a no, this is not related to the conversation, it just entered my brain. If there was like a character in like a video game or a movie or a TV show that you've ever come across that you wish, like, man, I wish they had a spinoff and never got it. Is there anybody out like that you can think of?
Man, I'd have to sit down and think about that one. But
yeah, I was thinking about this. I mean, they kind of had a somewhat of a origin story for this particular character in this particular movie, but I feel they should go more in depth. I like Randy Boggs from Monsters Inc. I think he should have kind of his origin story because he went from not a dick to a dick pretty quickly, at least in the time I'm in my head. So I kind of want to know what happened from point A to point B, because obviously he had the whole thing, but there was more to it than that. There had to be, because there was like a personal animosity. But I
don't know if a whole series would do it, but I'd be more than happy to watch an hour of Ambrose backstory from the new Sabrina. I think is an interesting enough character.
Yeah,
he's got a lot of kind of shit locked away and stuff.
Well, we know that what he was burned.
He's on house arrest.
He burned down the church, right?
Was that the offense? I can't quite remember.
I thought that's what it was.
But I really like him as a character. I think he's kind of grown on me. You know, originally I was like, well, you're some weird like aspect of Salem, but no, I quite like Ambrose, and I think, like I said, not a movie, maybe not a whole season, but an episode or two, I'd definitely watch it. Yeah,
I think it's interesting. Yeah, but that's something that we could talk about on a later date with a little bit more thought put into it. But I don't know. We were watching Monster University today, and I just want to say I think for the soundtrack wise, they have the most interesting, eclectic kind of soundtrack, because they have Mastodon on there, because the mom was bumping Mastodon in the car, and they have Steve Aoki. So like, how many soundtracks do you know that have Mastodon?
Fun fact: Steve Aoki is a hardcore kid.
Yeah, I know that. No, I know that. Yeah, I was just saying, like, well, how you know, how many soundtracks do you know have Mastodon and Steve Aoki in the same?
I don't know.
Exactly, unless it was like Blade or something, you probably wouldn't.
Oh man, we didn't deserve Wesley Snipes.
No, we did not. No.
Neither did taxes, but
those are yeah, well, those were underrated, man.
Yeah, those are really good, actually.
I like the first.
That's what we need more of. We need more, but who's gonna do it? That's not Wesley Snipes. Michael B. Jordan.
No, he's too thin.
Come here, bitch.
Who could do it?
No,
who could do it though?
Just put Adonis Creed in the Blade universe.
All right, so
moving on.
Moving on.
Talk to me about some Jordan Peele's.
So Jordan Peele,
comedian,
one half of Key and Peele. He had a very successful horror movie come out last year called Was it last year? It had to be last year.
Get Out.
Called Get Out, right? This is his next project, which is also a horror movie. It's called Us, and it's kind of the same kind of vibe. The theatrical poster is kind of similar because it has like the tear in the eye and stuff like that. Looked interesting, and it's weird because I feel like a lot of these people who you don't expect to kind of have that kind of side inside of them have.
Where did we discuss this prior? Oh yeah, with my boy Danny McBride.
Yeah, well that's one. He's definitely one. Jordan Peele, John Krasinski did A Quiet Place. Yeah, and stuff like that. I love that. I kind of like that. Well, I like the fact that A, these people who you don't really expect to be horror people are doing horror. And B, I kind of like the fact that actors are taking it upon themselves to be like, fuck it. I don't need a director to direct me. I have an idea. Let's roll with it.
Yep.
And like I said, I heard Quiet Place was fucking fantastic.
Oh, yeah, it was excellent.
Get Out was great from what I heard. I didn't see it, but I like that. and I think they're kind of blurring the traditional lines between director and actor these days.
I think what happens now is that with help me out here, the dude from Pineapple Express, Wolf of Wall Street, Jonah Hill. There we go.
Yeah.
I told you I'm terrible with
Another
names.
one. Yeah.
But Jonah Hill, I was watching an interview with him recently, and he was going over all the roles he played in like all the movies and shows and shit like that.
Yeah.
And one of them that stuck out to me was obviously the Martin Scorsese one, because I'm like a big fan of Scorsese's work.
Mm-hmm.
And he said that every day working on set with him was a pleasure. You know, pretty casual. But he said that even just observing him, he learned so much.
Yeah.
You know, and I think what's happening now is that like, I don't know if directors are being more involved or the actors are more involved or there's just better communication between the line, but like you make an imprint on anyone you like meet and sit down and talk to, you know?
Yeah.
And I think a lot of these creative actors and stuff, they're now taking it upon themselves to say, I think I know enough and I have a vision and we're going to realize that, because I don't want to say being an actor is like a passive role, but in the grand scheme of things, you are a part of somebody else's vision.
No, you're right.
You know, and now, you know, they got a life of their own. But yeah, I think it's super interesting that like McBride, Peele, Krasinski, these funny guys are all coming out with horror movies.
Yeah.
And I think it's an interesting analysis to like look at it, because what do they say? That it's always the sad guys that are the funny guys, right? The guys whose lives are all fucked up and everything. But now we're kind of seeing a different aspect, and I don't know. I guess you don't know someone until you know them.
Like I said, like you kind of piggybacking off of what you said. Like you don't know what inspires these people to do what they do, right? You know, maybe Jordan Peele saw a horror movie. He's like, man, that was fucking awesome. I want to do this because of that. You know what I mean? I don't know. I think you kind of see the influence through what the project that they are at the helm of. You know what I mean? So I'm kind of curious on what these guys' backgrounds are. Because I think kind of the original, you know, kind of person to kind of take their vision by the balls and run with it was like a Kevin Smith, you know what I mean? Who would take his kind of, you know, what the movie that he wanted to see and said, fuck it, I want to make it and make it work. Granted, he was on a much lower budget and didn't have the name.
And granted, Kevin Smith movies are kind of hit or miss.
Yeah, well, I mean, it is what it is, but man, it's kind of cool. I think we should see more of that these days. Has Leo ever directed a movie?
No, but I have a really good feeling that he's worked with a lot of top tier legendary actors. He's worked with Scorsese multiple times, with Tarantino.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just a matter of time.
Cameron, he's worked with Cameron.
Oh yeah, man. It's just a matter of time. Honestly,
Nolan.
At this point.
There's a lot of
this dude has a lot of experience.
Yeah, weird.
A lot of experience.
What kind of fuck?
He's rubbed shoulders with greats.
Yeah, I mean, there's something to be said that. You know, better coach than player. I think there's something to be said about that. But I haven't really come across like an incident yet where a great actor has really done a really horrible job directing. You know what I mean?
Not yet.
Yeah. Not yet.
We'll see. I'm sure something will come out of the woodwork. But
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, man. That was an excellent topic, actually. I think that was really proper.
Yeah.
That being said, I still want to catch Mid-90s. I think it's out now.
I want to see it. Yeah, that's definitely.
But,
put that on the list.
It's gonna go on my waiting list and shit like that.
Oh, on that the long wait list.
It'll probably get bumped up because this is. Well, we talked about this, man. This is shit we grew up with. We grew up watching Elementality and all those things.
Hold on.
We kind of grew up in the 90s.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to derail what you were saying, bro. I spent probably an hour and a half. What day was it? I don't know, like Tuesday or something. No, not Tuesday. Like Wednesday. Looking for a particular song from the Tony Hawk Underground soundtrack that I used to play on repeat, because it was like I had like 4 songs on there like on repeat that I really, really liked, and they just go over and over again. And I don't know if I don't remember as well as I used to, or I'm just retarded, because I could not pinpoint the song. I literally went through song by song, track by track. I'm like, no, that's not it. Moving on to the next one. That one. Nope, that one. I couldn't find it. I can't tell you who it was by. I couldn't tell you even what it sounded like anymore. All I know is that if I heard it, I would know.
Lost in the sea of translation, I guess.
It's gone, bro. It's gone. And there's some good shit on there, man. I was like, man, these fucking punk songs are fantastic. But that was just something, like I said, I kind of went down the rabbit hole earlier this week. I even had my wife helping me. I'm like, can you help me?
You cover the first half.
Exactly. But
actually, now that I think about it, I think the only other thing that could get away with having both Steve Aoki and Mastodon is a Tony Hawk game.
Oh, yeah. That would work. My Batman. He's comfortable.
You like your Batman.
Yeah, but, man.
So, yeah, Jordan Peele.
Yeah.
Directing another horror movie. Excited.
Looks good.
Yeah, solid. All right, let's talk some gaming.
All right.
So you're excited. You're like moist, right?
Yeah.
You're wetting your pants about this trailer?
Yeah, because from what is being told, it's coming around the corner. All right. Now, I don't trust Sony at this point because they've said this before, and I'm waiting for a date. Haven't got one yet. News has been very slow about this particular, The Last of Us Part 2. Like I said, news has been very slow. Now, we've heard from the director of the game saying that they just finished wrapping a particularly emotional scene, which I hope is somewhat involved in the trailer. I think they had came up with box art for it. No Joel on it. So I'm a little concerned. Maybe they're doing that to freak me out. It could be a red herring. I don't know. But like I said, a severe lack of Joel. We have not seen him outside of that original trailer. And other than that, he's been mentioned by name. And I'm a little concerned. I'm scared, Gabe. I'm scared. Which is, I guess, is a good thing. But I'm going to try my best not to write a better game. I'm just going to let it happen as it comes. I'm not going to, hop into the Easter egg.
What do we say about Naughty Dogs?
That they're trustworthy?
Yes.
That they're kings. They're kings at their craft. That is 100% correct. And, man, I didn't play Uncharted 4, right? Saw the playthrough, but, man, that fucking story was so beautifully wrapped up. Oh, my God, it was so good. And now they have plenty of opportunity to kind of play around with some of the side characters like they did with the most recent one, Lost Legacy. And you could probably fuck around with Sully and see what as he kind of grew up and all that stuff. But the Drake story is over with. Man, I'm excited. Moving forward, I will see what they're going to do. And I trust them.
Good copy, sir. Good copy on trusting Naughty Dogs.
Yeah. Are you going to get that? Are you going to get Uncharted? Or not Uncharted. The Last of Us when it comes out? Is that something that you're intrigued
It's
about?
not high priority at the moment.
It's not? Okay.
Yeah. It'll be something that comes down the pipe works, but like I said, not high priority at the moment.
So it's like in the back of your mind, but when you think as we get closer, you think you get a little more amped for it?
Yeah. I don't like getting psyched 6 months in advance or,
Oh, Lord knows at this point. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
Hey, you want to borrow the God of War? You never told me if you wanted to borrow it.
Perhaps.
Okay. Because I know you got some stuff going on in the gaming front.
I got some games.
Yeah, games.
I got some games. I got games on my phone. Okay, so a game I reviewed earlier this year, Lethal League Blaze.
Mm-hmm.
I actually stumbled across it. It wasn't like any big announcement, but it was in the new update notes that 2019 Q1 2019. This game's coming to console.
Nice.
So honestly, if it's like $15, by all means, cop it. It's an excellent time waster.
Yeah.
They're coming out with new characters, new maps, and there's a very good, consistent development cycle for this game.
Yeah.
And I can't recommend it enough. Like I said, it is a phenomenal time waster. It's easy to pick up, but it's kind of like Mortal Kombat in the sense where there's like a lot of like intricacies to gameplay once you actually get into the nitty gritty.
Yeah.
And it's more than meets the eye.
Do you have like another game that you remember maybe that might have been like stole your heart, but you're like, man, this is a lot of fun and it's good burning time? Have you ever come across another game like that?
Another game
that you were like, oh man, it's fun, but I'm not gonna like go MLG Pro on it. You know what I mean? That you like because you said it's a good time waster. What other game falls in that category to you?
A good time waster. What other? Well, you can't go MLG Pro, but I think Minecraft is a phenomenal time waster.
That's the one I was thinking.
This next game that I'm going to review today is a 10 out of 10 time waster. I'd even compare it to Minecraft.
Ooh.
So,
ready?
Yeah, actually. So this game is called Subnautica. Do you know anything about this before I dive into it?
I don't know nothing
before
about
I dive into it. Get it, Subnautica?
Yes.
Okay, so this game was free until the 27th of December on the premise that you download the Epic Games launcher. So it's very much like Steam in a sense, right? And I said, okay, it's no like obligation. I just download it and then I get this game for free. And I think the next one's like Super Meat Boy, so that should be fun.
And Gabe is the ultimate budget. I'm gonna get my bang for my buck when it comes to downloading free shit.
Okay, so let me kind of talk about this game. You are part of a crew on the ship called the Aurora.
Okay.
And you're flying through space, and something smacks you, and the ship goes flying into this alien planet.
Okay.
That's kind of the story background. And so, what is this game? This game is an underwater survival game.
Okay.
So all the creatures are alien creatures. All the habitats are like completely foreign. None of these things you'd recognize except in some maybe semblance or form in the back of your head, right? You start the game in a crashed escape pod in the middle of the fucking ocean. And you got to find water. You got to find food. Those are like your basic necessities to survive.
Mm-hmm.
Then you could craft bases. You could craft submarines. You can craft suits and shit like that. But what's really gorgeous and kind of well played with this game is that it has a set of rules. Each biome has specific things that grow in it, right? So, like, for example, there's these things called creep vines. They're like glow-in-the-dark seaweed, right? And they usually come out of, like, deep rifts. And so what you'll usually find by those is, like, copper and iron ore to smith, like, electronics and steel, shit like that, right? And it always follows these rules. There's no, like, strange, super weird out there anomalies. It's what you'd expect to see in a real biome here on Earth, you know? And it follows these set rules. And this game is just great because it's super easy to pick up. You know, you got to manage your air consumption while you're down there, your food and water, like I said. But this game is also fucking terrifying.
Oh, so it's scary then. Okay.
This game is it's not a horror game, not by any means. This game is a terror game.
Okay.
Because once you get into the deep abyss or even like certain parts of the map, you start seeing big shit. Really fucking big shit.
Uh-huh.
And it's not like a Resident Evil game or like Five Nights at Freddy's where it's like boo and you're like ah. It's like you feel it creeping in the moment you see that shape in the distance. You like your stomach turns over and you're like, fuck me, I am swimming back. I don't want to spoil anything, but I was doing some exploration and you know I was playing on the PC and Maddie was doing her thing on the phone. Anyway, I dived back into this part of the ocean after my exploration was done. Oh my god, I saw it off in the distance. It looked like a massive eel, and I was like, oh, okay. And it gets closer and closer, and this thing is swimming super fast, and it is absolutely terrifying. What ended up killing me because it had these big ass mandibles. I know what it's called. I don't want to spoil it though. Uh-huh. It grabbed me by these mandibles, and it fucking swallowed me whole. And the worst part of it is you hear the screech from up to like a kilometer away. Uh-huh. You hear that. It echoes through the water, and you're like, I know it's around me somewhere. And dude, holy shit, I whipped my fucking headphones off after that thing ate me, and I was like, fuck no. And I went outside, I took a walk. I was like, I need a break from this game.
So that reminds me of kind of a fun story that I had one time playing a scary game. Because like I said, the main portion of that game isn't that it's scary, right? Obviously, it's just you come across scary shit.
Oh yeah.
So when I played Slender with my sister looking over my shoulder, right? Because I'm like, I've played it before and it scared the shit out of me because it's just the simplicity of it all. It'll scare the shit out of you. So I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna go through it, not force my sister to play, but she's gonna have headphones on, right? And I'm gonna play because first the sound's the scariest part of the
right, absolutely
fucking shit. So we're traveling through, and she would like jump when when you find the first page, you hear the noise and stuff. But I was playing, and then we came across Slender, and she screamed, and I looked at her, right? I looked at her. She was screaming. She threw the headphones off, and by the time I turned back, Slender's like right there, and I jumped over the fucking couch because he scared the fucking shit out of me. I'm like, you know what? I'm never playing that again because if it could scare me without the sound, then I think I got problems.
Good copy.
Yeah.
Subnautica is probably the closest thing I got to that Minecraft experience when Minecraft was new, like 2011 era, and where it just was this crazy novelty. Where, well, because like I said, there's like multiple modes, and there's like a creative mode, I guess, which is the equivalent where you don't really got to worry about food and water. You just kind of do you, and you could just build shit.
Yeah.
And this game is phenomenal. It's beautiful. It looks great. And fuck, man.
So it's a little bit of Minecraft meets No Man's Sky kind of a vibe.
Yeah. I would say that's pretty spot on.
Yeah.
This game is currently sitting at $20. It is available on PC and Xbox One. If it ever comes around to PS4, I highly recommend you get it.
Gotta be that.
And to anybody out there listening, you want this game. Because it could be a very
praise.
It could be a very lax game if you let it be. But there's parts in it, man. I'm telling you, my cheeks were clenched. That was a rough one, bro. But this is a game that's the full release launched earlier this year in March, I believe. And as far as I see, this game is damn near perfect.
Really?
For what it is.
Holy shit.
For what it is in its genre.
Okay.
And there's very little things I would change, if any at all.
High praise from Gabe on a video game for once. Wow.
Well, because this isn't a game that's trying to mooch off your wallet. This isn't a game that's like, there's no, it's not like Siege where it's like high skill, high reward.
Mm.
It's very just go in and play, man. And it's in the same vein as Minecraft. And you like that? Check out Subnautica. That's my review.
Very, very cool. I like that game. Excellent job, my
Good
friend.
shit. All right, now let's fucking grind on people and take the exact opposite approach.
Okay.
All right, I want to talk to you about Blackout.
Okay.
Call of Duty Black Ops 4 Blackout.
Mm-hmm.
This thought came across my mind. This wild, bizarre thought. Right? How many people you think bought the game for Blackout?
A lot.
Probably a shitload, right?
Mm-hmm.
Here's my thought. What if Treyarch made Blackout free? Just that aspect of the game.
Okay.
Because from my understanding, the Black Ops 4 numbers are starting to dwindle. And the game hasn't been out for that long. It dropped in October.
Yeah.
And they're just trying to take a nosedive. So, with its kind of the big battle royale game being Fortnite, right?
Which is also
free.
But it's also starting.
Right. But here's what I think would have been a smart move on Treyarch. And I have an idea of how to remedy it.
Okay.
But I think Blackout, that one aspect of the game should have been free. Anybody can hop on. It's like you said when you gave your review, it is the refined Call of Duty system.
Mm-hmm.
This is quality. Like, they've been working on this for fucking 15 years now, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it is a good system to play a battle royale game on, right?
Yeah.
But you have that entry price point of the $30 to $60, depending on whether you catch a sale or not right now. And that's kind of steep because, looking back at Fortnite, it's free. You just pay for, cosmetics and shit like that, right? At the end of the day. So my thought was, what if Treyarch made Blackout free and they go the microtransaction route where all like the cool shit in the game is a paid transaction, right? Wouldn't that make more sense? Wouldn't that be appealing to more people? Because as far as I'm concerned, all the 10-year-olds out there still enjoy Call of Duty. But right now, it's that Fortnite buzz because it's no monetary commitment that, not every 10-year-old has $60.
Yeah.
Not every 13-year-old has $60. Shit, maybe we won't have $60 at a certain point, So that was kind of my mindset on it.
How so? You want to go microtransactions with it?
Make Blackout free first and foremost,
Mm-hmm.
and then obviously cosmetic stuff is microtransactions, and it's Treyarch. I'm sure they'll find some way to monetize more microtransactions out of it. But if the core gameplay is free to play, then why not? It's coming from a AAA studio. It's a title very well known and loved throughout households. Well, why not? Why not? It's a bold move, and sometimes making something free to play is seen as like the dog turning its belly up.
No, man.
But I think it'd be a smart move.
I see your logic behind it, and I think it might be a good idea. But I think from the perspective of a company like Treyarch and Activision, who traditionally makes their money through $60 games, it's going to be a very hard thing for them to let go.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
And I totally understand that portion.
Yeah.
And then the other thing to worry about is, well, if you did make this free, what about the people who did pay the full price?
Yeah, well, there's that too.
And my thought process on that was, well, why not give them like $15 of in-game currency, and then they could just.
That's not a bad idea.
Away at it. But obviously something like this isn't going to happen anytime soon, if at all. You know, there's just kind of this strange thought process I had where if they want to step it up and they want to mass appeal to crowds, I think this would be a smart way of doing it.
Well, in all honesty, I was playing Blackout the other day because, like I said, I've been kind of straying away from Black Ops 4 a little bit, but I hop into it and it's fun and it's refined. It's like you said, it's the Call of Duty engine, so it's gonna feel great.
It's smooth, man. It's polished.
Yeah, it's gonna feel great because I think a lot of the issues with a lot of those battle royale games is the way it feels. Like even Fortnite to a certain extent. Like granted on PC, I'm sure that's 30 to 40 times better because you could kind of play with the keys and make them build walls automatically or whatever the fuck. But trying to like fly through those fucking menus when you're trying to build a wall or whatever the fuck, it sucks. Now with that being said, playing Blackout and with the map, I think the map is very uninspired. I feel like they copied and pasted famous maps and they're like, well, this goes here, this goes here, this goes here, but everything else in between sucks. It's boring. It's flat land or it's hills that you're climbing up relentlessly until you come across the next town, so to speak, and it's not very interesting to me because at least because I played a little H1Z1, at least they had like marshes and fucking
there's some variation in the terrain.
Yeah, definitely, but With Blackout, you don't have that. It's just, like I said, either flat land or hills that you're climbing over to reach the next point. I understand why people like it, but honestly, I'd rather play the normal multiplayer. That's just me.
I'd say that's absolutely fair. And I would say that the regular multiplayer and zombies would be, hey, you got to buy this. This is $40,
Mm-hmm.
which is, it's $20 per third of the game, which
Yeah.
isn't terrible.
Yeah.
But I think something like Blackout would be enough of a taste to kind of be like, oh man, I want to hop into like a 5v5 right now.
You know what they can do, and I could totally see them doing that. If they were going to go the route of Blackout, it'd be like, okay, you can go and you can play it for free if you want. However, all the cosmetics are locked behind the fact that they're inside the normal game. So if you want the crazy shit, if you want to play as Reznov, for example, you have to buy the game full, and then you have to buy all that content. Well, the problem with that is there's no story mode. We've gone into that a bazillion times. I feel like we've paid for less brain power. We've paid for less brain power into the game because the Black Ops story is great. They've always been great. You know what I mean? So
I mean, the numbers, Mason, is probably the most like iconic
yeah,
line in the past 10 years of games.
definitely.
And like I said, my idea isn't perfect. It's definitely flawed in a lot of ways. But at one point, Black Ops 2 was free if you had, it was free for like a couple months span on the PlayStation 3.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how they, those are rookie numbers. You got to bump them up.
Yeah.
That's how they did it.
Yeah.
So it was just something that came across my head.
Well, like, we're talking about how the Black Ops numbers are dwindling. I think as a whole, the Battle Royale is starting to come to an end sooner than
You never know, man. You never know.
Sooner than a lot of people anticipated. So, I don't know, man. I think as a trend, like I said, I feel like it's coming to an end because you don't really see the Fortnite articles out anymore. Not like they were bumping out every day.
I don't know, man. I was at the mall the other day. They had Fortnite hoodies.
Oh, yeah. Well, I know that.
Selling nice.
They still have Minecraft hoodies, but is it as popular as it was? No. You know what I mean? They have fucking that shit everywhere. But I don't know, man. I think as a concept, by the very nature of it, it is something that you'll get bored of eventually. Just because it is very repetitive. And not to say that Call of Duty as a whole isn't, but new maps, new guns, new gameplay mechanics. This is, it's Call of Duty. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's why you play Rainbow Six.
Yeah, well, that's for sure. Man, I was having a fucking blast with that shit the other day too. Oh god, so good. But you need to get back into that. I need to get ranked for real this time.
I haven't gotten ranked yet either, man.
Wow, man.
We have a Discord channel that my buddy owns, and at one point we invited these two guys that we were playing ranked with, and we're like, hey, hop in the Discord, blah blah blah. Super cool guys, and then I think we have there's 12 of us in the chat, and I think 6 or 7 of the guys are randoms we met online that are super cool.
Yeah.
So at no point in time do we have any issue getting a 5-stack.
Yeah, that's
and
nice.
I will tell you, this is the way the game was meant to be played.
Duh. Yeah.
This was wow.
Yeah, definitely. I feel you, man. But fortunately for me, I'm a console pleb, so I don't have the luxury of having all my friends hop on.
Imagine playing for an online subscription service.
Yeah.
Well,
right. But it is what it is. But yeah, man. So
I think we got one, maybe 2 more topics to wrap up. All right.
we got one.
Talk to me. Well, if this topic is what I think it is, then yes, one. If not, then I got a follow-up question for you.
Okay.
Talk to me about Thrice.
All right. So Thrice has a new album that came out. It came out probably a couple months ago at this point. And now it was something that I've had downloaded for a minute, but I was like, oh, let me get to that song, and then I kind of go through it, right? Now, I'm not going to give my full-blown thoughts on it, but I will kind of give a general synopsis on how I feel about it, just because there may be a surprise involved in all this. But this is Thrice's, I don't even know how many releases they have, maybe 5, 6. Thrice as a whole, kind of band that kind of revolutionized that post-hardcore sound. They're one of the first names to break out with all that. And man, they definitely taken their sound and refined it and changed it up a little bit. I think it'd be very easy for a band that has been around this long to kind of do the same sound over and over again, i.e. Metallica, right? It's very, once you kind of known for something, you can do it for all eternity, and your fans will love it. Thrice kind of took a different route with this. I don't know if you've heard the album. It's called Palms. It is very well written. It has, like I said, a very unique kind of sound to it, kind of industrial. Granted, I haven't listened to the last couple of Thrice albums, so I don't know if that was something that kind of was gradual, if it's something that they picked up over time. But they did a great job, and the standout tracks, The Gray was up there. There was one more that I was listening to earlier. Let me pull that up real quick. I always do this. I'm sorry, guys, but where'd it go? But yeah, man, they've done something great with this. Was it Just Breathe? Everything Belongs. It sounds like they've almost felt like they've gone a little bit of Imagine Dragon with the sound a little bit.
Don't say that. That's cop music.
Well, you know what I mean. It's very good, and it's very unique for Thrice, and they have done a great job. And like I said, I'm not going to kind of give a full-blown review on it because there may be a surprise involved regarding next week. But
so this is the album you spoke of.
No. Thrice is not a smaller band. This.
Okay. What is the smaller band?
I'm not going to talk about it. I'm going to
hold
off on it. You know what? Yeah, I'm going to hold off on it because I want you to experience the album, but I don't know if because this is something that we talked about a long time ago, and this is a band that's local, almost
local.
They're in the scene. They played
They're
with
from Illinois.
No.
Okay.
They're from Indiana, but that album that you're thinking of is that shit. I turned that shit on the other day. I'm like, the fuck is this? My whole thing's kind of been rearranged. I actually have it, but goddamn, man. But yeah, not to say that Thrice won't be mentioned in that list that tomorrow next week.
Copy and Last Minute Shakeup by Jacob.
Oh, definitely. But yeah, man, they did a great job. I recommend it. It's not the kind of the typical hardcore screamy stuff that I normally list off. Has a little bit more heart than that, a little bit more soul, and I like it. I dig it.
Good copy. Now, getting back to the more hardcore, screamy stuff, I stumbled upon a band the other day.
Yeah.
I think you would enjoy.
Okay.
Okay, so bear with me, and I'm so sorry if I mispronounce the name, but it's called Mauvais or something like that. It's Mauvais. Okay?
Okay.
I stumbled upon a song called Antipathy, and that's on a split with another song called Empathy. This shit smacks.
Okay.
Check them out. Dirty, grimy. It's what you need, but it's very well thought out.
Okay.
And I'm going to leave it at that because this is something you want to hear.
Okay. I definitely checked it out. We also talked about Whitechapel.
Yes. So Whitechapel dropped a single yesterday.
Yes, they did.
And, well, let's talk about the previous single. What was it called? Brimstone?
Brimstone, yes.
Okay, so how'd you feel about Brimstone?
Very mediocre. Honestly.
I think Brimstone took the Whitechapel formula and just did it again.
Yeah.
They said, we're sticking to it. And I particularly didn't like that Whitechapel single.
Mm-hmm.
Did you listen to the new one?
I do.
Okay, let's talk. What do you think?
I like it.
So what's it called first and foremost?
Black Bear.
Black Bear.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I like it, man. But it also doesn't really very far off the Whitechapel kind of formula. But maybe because it was the pacing of the song that kind of changed my mind on it. But yeah, it was good. It was a solid album. I'm a little confused by the artwork for the album. It's kind of got me.
Yeah, it's very not Whitechapel.
Yeah, it's called The Valley, and it looks like a post grunge early 2000s fucking trapped album cover or something like that.
Totally understand.
Yeah.
But I think Whitechapel went for the 50-50 mix-up with Cassie Cage, where you don't know whether block high or block low. And I think
in your case, you don't block any of it. You take both of them.
Yeah, I think I actually quite like the single. I'm not a big Whitechapel fan.
Mm-hmm.
I've never been, probably never will be.
Uh-huh.
But all you gotta know is the saw is the law. But this single is actually quite good, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It kind of came out, and I was like, "Who is this?" And I was like, "Oh, this is Whitechapel."
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Whitechapel was a little bit of a meme for me for a couple of years there.
Ah, yeah, you won the Whitechapel guitar, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. And I got the signatures wiped right the fuck up. I sold the guitars. I'm such a dick, but that's besides the point. Yeah, man, it's good stuff. Every now and then they have a song I'm like, oh, that's really good, and I move on with my life.
Good copy.
But yeah, this one falls under here. That's pretty good.
That's pretty solid, actually.
Yeah, not bad at all. But yeah, man, that's the Whitechapel single. You got anything else from the music?
I think that might also be the week.
Oh wow!
And the episode, it was a short one, man. This is 40 minutes.
45 minutes, almost,
like
exactly. We're very self-aware when it comes to the topics and what we have available. And
oh man, if by Thursday night there's not a shitload of topics, it's probably gonna be.
I told Adrian because when you texted me, I'm like podcast. I'm like fuck, we got to do that. I forgot about that. And I looked at the list. I'm like I don't even know what we have on here. And Adrian was like, it's a short week. I'm like, yeah, I guess you're right about that. But yeah, I guess that's the week, Gabe.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will see you in the new year, 2019.
Mm-hmm.
Take care of yourselves. Stay safe. Stay warm. And with that,
well, not quite.
Oh,
Got a little bit of a bigger wrap up for that. So you guys are going to join us for next week, episode 100. Big episode. Going to be a lot of good stuff. Got a lot of fun topics that I have in my head. And we'll be there. We'll be back. And yeah, man, 100 is going to be fun. Like I said, if you want to, kind of bring some of your favorite podcast moments, bring on a short little list. We'll talk about it and kind of how the podcast has kind of shaped our friendship, I think. I think it's kind of interesting. There's thoughts that I have about it. So if you guys want to come back for us for 100, it's going to be a good time. Thank you for joining us for 99. And until then, deuces.